Alrighty guys, today here I have something different for you. I will be commenting on this particular TW video. Upon entering, make sure everything is tickety-boo. T window is selected to archers to see whether or not they will be barraging on our bind post. None of them are, so it is safe to bind. And then, like a good cleric, I fall back and I hide behind my allies and spam heal them. Mostly. Drag Slave, who likes to go a little bit too far out. Make sure Alicia, who likes to go in with the AoE stun. And Mirangelis, who fights back properly, and I send heals to him because they target him a lot. Not that he really needs them so much. Ooh, I got a Tempest off. They were nicely grouped. Don't think anyone died from that Tempest, though. Oh, time to switch lanes. And who have we got here? What is this? All four of their catapults here? Oh, I swear I meant to stop that Seal of Gods in time, but I didn't press escape fast enough. Alright, falling back. Now, if it's safe to do so, I really do prefer to be in the air when healing. Some of the advantages are, as you can see, I have this incredible bird's eye view of all of their people. And it's really cool. For example, I saw that triple spark coming long before Jans did it, and I plume shelled against the skill he used to try to knock me from the air. And I can also fly a lot faster than I can walk. I mean, clerics have no speed skills. So flying means I can fly and heal and res and rebuff much quicker on average. Some of the disadvantages are that if you get caught by an archer with a purge in air, it's harder to kite away. You can't holy path out of the way. That can be problematic. Alright, here. Now, in this TW, I want to emphasize how important it is to avoid clumping. Both enemies and allies could learn from this, unfortunately, but mostly my allies. Look at this right here. Example of clumping number 1. That BM goes in and catches 5 people with his stun, and then HFs. And to make it even better, a Vino up ahead notices, runs in, purge lands on 3 people. When you see a Vino purging that many people at once, you know you are standing way too close to your allies. As you can see, a couple people died from that. So, make sure you have very good consciousness about where your teammates are so that you're never standing too close to anyone else. It should be like a nice quilt patchwork of people, all spread out nicely, each on their own kind of little square of space. Alrighty. So, here we go. It's kind of a stalemate here on the left lane. They often are on the left lane for some reason. And right here, you can see suddenly it's getting super laggy. I refer to this as the lag glitch. For me, on my computer, I get this black flicker across my screen, and when it does so, my frame per second shoots down from a very smooth 25 to 30 frames per second to this kind of nasty 4 to 6 frames per second. I have no idea what causes it. It's been giving me a lot of grief lately. And yeah, I see them all clumped, I want to AoE them, but I'm lagging so badly I can't even position myself properly, unfortunately. So I told Mirangelis I would heal him, and I get slept instead. Cute. So enough of that. I told myself the next time I die, I will restart my computer because it was super bad lag. Now, here I wanted to go heal one of our barbs, but he had pushed into base way too soon, and here I am getting caught by a tower, and I can only escape by using a vacuity powder because I was lagging so badly. And due to that, when I do push into their base here in a moment, it doesn't go so well. As you can see, I am lagging very, very badly, and yeah, it just, I've got so many tower debuff, bam, no chance. So, I restart, head back in, now we're all nice and whisper smooth again. Time to rejoin my squad, take care of the defense charms with auto potter, and yeah, oh yes, T window, very good. Any enemies nearby? Funny thing is I often forget to use the T window during fights. Alright, here we are on Oh, surprise, surprise, left lane again. Wouldn't you know it? They have 1, 2, 3, all 4 catas here. Wow. No, wait a sec. Raging Tides? They have 4 out of 6 catas here. Still, why the left lane? I don't understand. Anyways, left lane it is. Purify off that channeling debuff for me, and I'm too far forward, honestly, here. If their clerics are sealing of Godding me, I've moved too far forward, because they should never be able to reach me ordinarily. So, find that archer who put that annoying BV on me, and now it's time for our squad to vacate, because another squad is taking over our role defending here. Usually we kind of vacate the middle lane. Ranch, come on, stick with us. I will remonstrate you a few times on that. You're out of position a bit too much lately. So as we go back to our middle lane, I like to go and start the push from our tower, because it's really safe to be by our tower. With the debuffs on enemy, they'll be much easier to kill. Especially because I wasn't sure whether or not, it appears we've taken out their 2 towers, you can see in the top right. But if you walk into those towers, you're a much higher chance to die. So you should never be by their towers if you don't have catas killing them. Right. So anyways, I just told our Mystic to get back. Fortunately, she listened to me. I accidentally wandered a bit too far forward. Healers, again, should normally be further back in to the group of your people. Raising Alicia. Drag Slave is off to the left. Just... Haha, yes, I remember. I told Alicia there, your charm's out. People sometimes don't notice these things, but that's probably why Alicia died randomly there. Okay. Alright, here we go. Just kind of a back and forth tussle on B lane. This is pretty normal. I'm looking here. Everybody has buffs. Nobody's really dying except Hero Fang, who I go to heal. But when it happens like that, then I can safely go and do a bit of offense. Fei Humming ports completely the wrong way off to our right here, and I think snuffs it. And so, look at that clump there. Beautiful. I just can't resist. In and Tempest. Again, illustrating why it's so important to not be clumped. Even if you're rebuffing, you really shouldn't be clumped if you're within sight of the enemy, because you're one holy path away from somebody AoEing snot out of you. And yes, I'm aware of the irony. Rob Myth comes in and AoEs us, but when it's just himself doing the HF and AoE stun, it's not so dangerous as if he has a squad behind him ready to AoE on top of the HF, because our squad is a little bit too tanky to be killed by just 1 BM. Alrighty. When you get purged, I really like it when you don't run too far back, so that I don't have to run way far back to rebuff you, which time spent moving when I'm not healing or rebuffing seems like wasted time to me, you know? Travel time. That's why I always like to reduce my travel time and, if possible, be flying when it's safe to. That was a completely useless AoE, I admit that. That accomplished nothing because the person I was going to AoE died. Now right here, if you look at the minimap, we're not sure. Do we go right? Do we go left? Our catas aren't here yet. So we kind of split up, unfortunately. And then we see our catas over to the left, and that is where I head, because when we get close to their base, I switch to the role of Cata Cleric. Now, of course, we've got other clerics in those squads. I'm not saying they're not doing their job, but unfortunately their gear isn't quite the level minus, so they will probably die more often than I will. So to support our barbs, I switch to healing them when they're attacking the dangerous towers and so forth. Now for this push, something quite unfortunate happens. First of all, I managed to get the tower debuff on me because of course I'm healing that barb who had aggro. I believe I get the tower on me in a moment. Yes, right there. Tower debuff. So, now I'm taking damage and I've got that nasty debuff. Secondly, as I want to enter their base in a moment, I not only don't have full chi, but I get sealed of Godded by that cleric right above me. Oops. So barbs are in there and they're getting wailed on, and I'm pretty sure they have no cleric. I break the lock with an Iron Guard, but as you can see, I'm way up to the left. I'm trying to heal multiple barbs who are spread way too far apart. Cairo's way over there, and Melonhead's way over there. They haven't even completely pushed in yet, so it was a bit of a failish push.
Tell for left allá or? Don't worry. Yeah, they're trying that now. I noticed that too. They went my G like 2 times already.
Annoying. Anyways, that was because of bad positioning. Normally I should not be so easy to target, and that's because the push didn't enter the base quite as smoothly as we'd like. Anyways, it was the first push. It gets better. So, Blood, come over here. Kill these people. Great way to build chi, killing off their push. Yes. I use a white tea when it is safe to do so. As you can see right there, the white tea is almost the Poth is almost ready to be used again. Now right here illustrates the danger of flying. Here I am healing Mezke, and he retreats behind me, and I get sucked by a BM, and now I'm way out in front. Fortunately, I did have a Poth ready, and honestly, I should have died here. Watch what happens. That Psychic triple sparks, and a Cleric seal of Gods me. Thank you, you just saved me, because I would almost certainly have died, if not for that. And yes, AD is ready. I get purged again, but because of that Seal of Gods, my genie had time to recover. And now I'm back in the proper positioning, my squad is caught up with me, and all is well. Rezzing, rebuffing, all the usual. So, right here, look, that barrage! Ali, no, don't run that way. You can hear me saying on vent. If you've got a barrage on you, I really like it if you go left, right, or towards the person with the barrage. If you must run backwards, because sometimes it's not safe to go sideways, a really good idea is to holy path, if you can, away from that barrage. Walking out of it, even if you're tanky enough to survive it, probably a bunch of your teammates you're walking through are not, so it's a really good idea. Ooh, that was a nasty clump. Fortunately, they didn't have many DDs to take advantage of it. Gotta be careful about your clumping. Situational awareness, and I can learn from them too. I watched this video a bunch of times to see all the spots. Alright, so more rebuffing, more rezzing, doing good cleric stuff. Now Mirangelis, as you can see on the mini-map of the top right, he's off to the right. Mirangelis, get with us. See, having to drop over the lip of the path really messes you up. You can rubber band a lot of times in a row, so I kind of yelled at him to get over with us, and you can see there, look, Mirange, wrong side of path. Come on, I need to heal and rebuff you, and you're not there. You can see he's stunned, he's sealed right now, he's got secret debuffs, and wrong side of path, get over here already. Yeah. Right here, another barrage. This time, however, the BM used a speed skill. He did run backwards, but the enemy was off to the side as well. He did the right thing, but he used a speed skill. There wasn't much good that could have been done to go forward in that situation. There was too many of them, I suppose. He could have sacrificed himself. Hard to say. Anyways, so that barrage wasn't so bad. There's an example coming up of a really well-handled barrage. If you can tank a barrage for a while and you've got the barrage on you, if you identify that you're the one with the barrage, then you can head right towards the enemy and the barrage won't hit any of your teammates. That's really ideal. As you can see there, I tried to rebuff Betty Badass, but realized she was too far back. Oh, a clump! I couldn't resist. In with the Tempest. And sleep is really good for a cleric to use on an enemy as you're retreating, because then you're not as likely to get hit. Fortunately, in this case, Ezequiel off to the side decided to hit me randomly and broke that sleep. So that was good for me. And I can get back to healing right away. Watch this. Bam, believe. That was me on vent, literally. I saw Artemis coming from a mile away, and yes, I realized the irony. I walk into an HF instead. I tell Drag to town. I go to res him, and I realize he's way too far forward, and in the process I get caught. By all means, I should have died here, but that Seal of Gods saved me again, because without it, I got purged, and I would have simply died right away from that damage. Fortunately, the Seal of God, that's the third time it saved me this TW, hasn't it? It is possible to Seal of God at the right time, wrong time, clerics. Pardon me. Right time, yes. Wrong time, too. Gotta be more selective. Alright, so Here we go. My teammates have kind of gotten in front of me again. I'm well positioned. I've got full chi, full genie. Things are looking good. Watch out, guys. They're a bit too clumped here. A bit too clumped. The fast moving one should be moving out of the way. And oh, look at that enemy clump. I can't resist. You see how many there are. Vroom. In I go, and yes, I hit quite a few people there. So that was a really nice time to do an AoE. You want to be watching out for enemy clumps while avoiding clumping on your own. Positioning is so important. Spread out, I say, and as you can see, they listen to me and spread out a bit. Except right there, spread out, I say. Okay, and yes, yeah, even drag sled there. Careful with the grouping up. We're too close there, so we kind of spread out a bit in response to that concern. Purify off the Iron Guard. If somebody hits an Iron Guard and stuns himself, I always like to purify it off right away. So I turn to see any enemies coming, yes, but not quite fast enough. Kendi gets the purge off on me, but fortunately I have my genie ready and I recover from it with no problems. And it looks like an archer got off the healing debuff on me. That thing lasts for 30 seconds. It increases your charm cooldown to 13 seconds. Nasty buff. And in we go. Now, my goal here is to find a spot where they're not going to find me and heal like crap out of the barbs. That can be tricky because the barbs are a little bit too far forward. So I would really like to be here where they can't see me, but I can't reach all the barbs I would like to heal. As you can see, Cairo I can reach, but can I reach Alicia, the rest of my squad? No, I quite can't. So if they were a bit closer, that would work well, but I have to kind of go over the edge of my little hidey spot there. Anyways, so I'm not being targeted right now. Everything's going quite well. I can use AoE heal for my squad while flicking between the barbs and T window. And as you can see, I identify one who needs to be purified, rebuffed, and then I send a heal his way, flick between the other barbs, my squad, send a res off, and then I'm flicking between the barbs again. So I'm really multitasking right here. And Mirange kited too far back. Looks like he used an Iron Guard and stunned himself. And back to healing barbs. Unfortunately, with the resolution I planner, it is a problem that the squad setting windows is so big. I don't have a complete view of all of their people. It really does help me though when I'm clicking my skills to click accurately. Alright, now I'm starting to take some damage. I pop the Apoth, and I get a res off on our Mystic. Half the squad is still alive, healing bars, but this push is doomed to end quite soon. You can see how many of their players are fall to the ground, so I have a little bit better protection from my Purify weapon. I tell Betty, I can't res you, Drag Slave, I can't res you, I'm too busy. I gotta give these barbs as much extra time as they possibly can. And right about now I get purged, so I pop my AD and then my last shield. I'm almost for sure die, but look, I'm still above 3 sparks. So my last line of defense, I triple spark. I get one more heal off. That probably keeps the barb alive for quite a bit longer. And then I get Seal of Godded. And watch as the barb dies, I get purged. And this is about it, but I almost survive. Watch this. Stream of Rejuve doesn't quite make it. It would have gotten me up to about 16k health point if it made. That was a beautiful, exemplary push. Got your crystal down to 7 million. Alright, so here we are back at it again. Somehow, against all the odds, some of our people survived in their base while I died. Because they were probably all heading for me, as is natural. So I come back, but they die as I arrive. So I'm kiting back, waiting for my squad to arrive. As you can see, they're behind me. Some of them have buffs, some of them don't, so I need to rebuff them and all that stuff. Alright, a lot of time is spent waiting for... A lot of time I spend trying to figure out who's near me and who isn't. It's really nice when people wait for reses. Okay, here's the example of a well-handled barrage. Who's got the barrage on them? Araf does. Araf? What does Araf do? Araf runs right beside the person with the barrage. You can see there on the top left of our screen. Beautiful. No one else is being hit by the barrage. I identify Araf. Araf is quite tanky. I rebuff. And the archer's barrage drops in a moment because Alicia stuns, and boom, archer dead. very well handled barrage. I like to see more of that. Come on, guys. Alright. So they're too far off to be a concern. I want to get in behind our DDs. I go and heal Mirangelas. We're waiting for our catas for a final push. Yes, this is almost the end. Betty Badass, I believe, moved a bit too far forward. As the secondary cleric, you probably, or not cleric, pardon me. As a secondary healer, you want to be behind the tankier healer if possible. And especially if I'm the only healer in my squad, as I sometimes am, then I have to be extra careful. If I die, no one else is getting reses. I wish A-Raft would do a bit more healing. Just saying. Anyways, I noticed them clump. I have extra Chi, Apoth, and Genie all ready to go. So I go on the offensive for a bit, and then quickly kite backwards. Alrighty. Almost time to go into base, but nope, first I have to save Mezke and rebuff him. Alright, give our Barb a heal. Now we're ready to go. Select back to Barbs and fly. And everyone's got buffs, everyone's got Invoke ready. This push is good for at least several million unless we majorly mess up, which they're not likely to do. As you can see, we have a lot of DDs here. It'll be very difficult for the enemy to push us out at this stage. And so I mostly focus on my squad for the first few seconds, keeping them alive, and then I switch back to the Barbs.
Good job, guys, good job. Okay, go back, don't stay killing them, don't point and everything. And really good job, guys. I know, but let's don't, yeah, but let's don't give them an excuse. Okay, just run and then you got to come.
Aw man, they just killed me.
Me too.
I was outside the damn gate.
Okay, stay for the other.
And so, after popping an Iron Guard right here, my final moment includes trying to kill people who are disappearing from instance, and then a final Tempest. That's all for now, folks. Until next time.